Hey guys, and welcome back to the Geek Street, where the street speaks. Once again, my name is Jazz, and I have my buddies Harvin and Sean over here. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay, so this is going to be an exciting episode. The trailer of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever just dropped. We've all been waiting to see how it's going to turn out, especially with the late Chadwick Boseman. God bless his soul, that he's not around to play the character. But yeah, they announced this trailer at the same time as Comic Con, and that's when they announced that this movie will be the closing of Marvel Phase 4. So yeah, this is going to be a conclusion for Phase 4, and this will lead up to Phase 5 and Phase 6. So I just want to say that the trailer, they did a really good job with the trailer, with the music in the trailer, with the scenes, with the vibe. Oh my god, I think this is one of my most loved Marvel trailers, So before we go into the breakdown, what do you guys think about this?
Hey, you really cried, huh?
I did. Hey,
Oh, wow.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I was very emotional, but I didn't cry.
I could feel my eyes was very heavy. It's like any time the tears was going to come there and all the goosebumps all over. It's just so amazing the fact that it's just a teaser. I mean, I don't know if there's any other Marvel teaser itself besides Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, or even Spider-Man No Way Home. I think this beats Spider-Man No Way Home's teaser itself. I think it's just so impactful. But I mean, I think Chadwick Boseman's death also was an impactful thing throughout this whole thing. So it gives an extra a feel towards this whole thing. So the moment I watch, like I said again, the crafting of the whole teaser that they inserted the music, the scenes, the background and everything, it merged all together. I think it was just an emotional yet amazing one to watch. So I think kudos to the editor who pulled off this whole cut for the teaser.
So, Marvel, if you're looking for more editors, you can have Arvind also.
yeah, Harvin can do this kind of editing.
For me, I think it was justice done for Chadwick Boseman, and it's we have to move on. That is the reality in life. So having the trailer, even though however the movie pans out, I think this trailer is enough for us to know what's going on and how we're going to move on from here. So I even though they didn't show much of Chadwick, I think it was more it was just how you feel about the man. Like that's how the trailer felt to me, and how they are moving on with Wakanda Forever, and whoever that takes on the mantle of Black Panther. I think it's a good way of showing it, like it's sad, but everything's gonna be all right. So that's how I felt.
Oh my god, that's right.
Just slide it in, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, well said. I think all of us felt really good about this trailer. So yeah, let's not waste time and just jump into the breakdown of Wakanda Forever trailer. So the trailer starts off really mellow with the song "No Woman, No Cry." It was sung by an African singer. It was a cover of Bob Marley. I kept thinking Bob Martin. I don't know why. Bob Marley's song "No Woman, No Cry." So just to put it out there, I think a lot of us growing up with this song, we always made fun. No woman, no cry, meaning if there's no woman in your life, you won't cry. But actually, that's not the meaning of the song. The meaning is saying no woman, don't cry.
It took me until university to actually find it out.
Yeah, I think I read it somewhere like a few years back. Then I was like, oh, okay. So it wasn't like a making fun of women kind of song, So I think the song played really well with the emotions that were being portrayed in the trailer, because you can see all of them were mourning the death of King T'Challa. So it opens with Nakia standing at the beach, and what's interesting is that the beach he's standing at, of course, it doesn't look like a Wakandan beach, because you actually see a Mayan temple, pyramid structure. So, Mayan. Okay, we'll discuss that about that later. So we also see Queen Ramonda. She's sitting on the throne, and then we see a lot of people sort of mourning and also celebrating the death of King T'Challa, where they wear white garments. You also see this when King T'Chaka, when they were mourning for King T'Chaka, they were wearing white garments as well. So these are like their funeral clothing. And then we also get a view of Wakanda, a sun setting in Wakanda. So I think this goes along the lines where Killmonger would say, the sun will never set in Wakanda as long as I'm in the throne or something. So I think this shows that with the death of him, the sun is setting or whatever. I don't know. You guys can discover your own experience.
Symbolic, in a way.
Yeah, it's very symbolic. And we see the Dora Milaje standing around the throne room. They're standing in this high post. And I actually took this translation from another source, where the wordings, the Wakandan wordings around the Dora Milaje, it says, "Rest in power, King T'Challa. It was an honor. Wakanda forever." I think when you understand that itself, it's like, oh man, even right now, it makes me feel all weird and mushy inside, man. So, yeah, it was really sad. It was really sad. And at the same time, they introduced Namor, but also with the same kind of vibe, Namor.
I was like, Jess, what kind of hype are you giving for Namor?
No, because they're showing birth, right? So it's just a baby, But yeah, Namor. For you guys who don't know Namor is actually one of the first Marvel characters that were written and published in the comics. Even before Iron Man, before Spider-Man, he was like during Captain America's era. So for them to actually finally bring Namor, I think it's due time. They actually bring this character, and it's so nice to see that they actually merged the culture of an Atlantean and also Mayan. So when you watch it, right, when you see it feels very familiar. It's not like some alien creature in the sea, but they look very Mayan. So it gives that very tribal, ancient tribe kind of vibe. And I tell you the dressing aside, but yeah, I mean, before we go through all of that, it shows. Okay, you see, Namor is the first mutant in the Marvel comics, right? So he's the first mutant. Of course, the mother is an Atlantean. The father is a human captain, right? So that's why you can see in the trailer all the Atlanteans are blue in color except for him. I don't know what's up with Atlantean prince. They always have like a human parent. Like Aquaman, his father was a human, the mother was an Atlantean. This one also is the same thing. But yeah, you see them giving birth in the water, but you can see it's not really deep water, but it's like shallow water, because basically he's of human, and I guess you cannot be born deep sea or something like that. But I don't know why that scene really reminded me of the movie Apocalypto. For those of y'all who never watched Apocalypto, it's a very good movie that was directed by Mel Gibson about these Mayan natives, and they speak in the native language and everything. So the woman also gives birth in the water in a well. So it reminded me of that scene. And yeah, so right after that birth scene, you see this grown-up Namor in his full Mayan tribal costume with that big headpiece, and he just turns around and wow, I think they did an amazing job with Namor. I think it looks way better than Aquaman.
Yes. I mean, before we move forward, of course, we have to speak a bit of a backstory for Nemo also. Like Jess said, also it's the first mutant and everything from the comics, of course, and we don't know how much is it they're going to implement here. Of course, they can change it according to what they want. Or is it going to be a mutant or whatever? But then, from what we understand or what we know is that um, Nemo's a tribe. They also worship a god same like the Pentagon, the best. They have one god. So the headpiece is actually, if I'm not mistaken, is something got to do with um I'm not sure it's a white tiger or something that kind of a god. So initially they were not actually the whole thing they're not called Atlanteans at all because they don't want to feel similar to Aquaman. So they changed the whole thing. They're not even called Atlantis. They call themselves something else. Now in MCU, I read it somewhere in a different source. They are called something else. They are not even referred to Atlantis. So even their technology based, they have tech. I'm pretty sure they're going to have tech and everything underwater, undersea. But it won't be as how highlight glowing in Aquaman. If you see the Aquaman is so technologized, like all over. I don't think it's going to be that much. They have technology, but I don't think it's going to be that. And the backstory it says that they're from the main civilization, but a downfall led them to live under the sea.
Under the sea.
Yeah, so they were not initially from under the sea. They are from something happened, so the whole civilization went under sea and start, they had some kind of course they worship the god, so probably the god gave some kind of power for you to live underwater, that kind of thing, some sort or whatever, or some technology. So so this is the whole backstory of Nemo. I see he's wearing the green swimsuit kind of thing. Yeah, it's
the speedo.
The speedo. But one thing, like again, say kudos to Marvel. Is because in the comics, Nemo will have like a wing swords kind of thing at his near his feet, and the same thing he has it properly. There's a wing kind of thing at his feet, both his feet. So Marvel is amazing in doing that. They go full blown. You want orgy? I just give you one wings to the feet. I'll give you that. Go for it. So yeah, that's about Nemo. So and Nemo has been rumored again and again ever since Phase 2 came out back in, if I'm not mistaken, Age of Ultron, because back in the screen they put some kind of there was a reference when Iron Man and Nick Fury was talking. There was this location which was near Atlantis kind of thing at the background. Then after that, we slowly also see in Avengers Endgame when Okoye was talking to Natasha, the space Zoom call, saying what happened under the sea. It was just a mild earthquake under the African plate. But it's very near close by to Nemo's area. So it's all like seeding, and like how we I always say the references. So it's all seed and everything, and it comes to fruition.
I think Arun is waiting for Nemo for so long. He's letting it all out.
Yeah, you can see all the fundam inside.
Yeah.
No, but I want to touch upon another thing. So like what Jess said, it's amazing the fact that, like I said, how Marvel thinks is, okay, we want to have this similar thing with Aquaman because they are both similar. They are Atlanteans. They have technology, but already Aquaman already has that. It's already released, so everyone already seen that. They don't want it to be similar. How do we change it from here? And the thought process is so amazing. The fact that they make the mains go underwater and
Mayan heartbeat.
Might go underwater and they civilize from then onwards. And they still keep those traditional outfit with the nose piercing and the headgear. Everything is still how they look portrayed, but not like how suddenly they civilize and become Atlanteans or they are different. It's like they retain the culture, So it's the thought process of how Marvel wanted to do this, and they just went for it. I think it's just amazing.
Well, the story of Atlantis is practically the same. It's like sort of like a Mayan civilization. The city sank underwater and the cities, but like you said, the fact that they stick with the tribal aspect It's really cool. So right after they introduce Namor in that cool scene and everything, we see that there's some kind of underwater research is going on. Okay, underwater research. Who is funding this underwater research?
Dr. Doom.
Okay. Now
Saving it,
now from Mephisto, we are going for Doctor Doom for the next 5 movies. We're going to be waiting for Doctor Doom.
Just because they already talk about Fantastic Four, it's very obvious to go down that road, lah.
Yeah.
But I don't think so, lah. I think it's just too soon to introduce Doctor Doom. I mean, it would be fantastic if they do. But because of the time spent between now and Fantastic Four, I don't think it's feasible for them to introduce Doctor Doom and then wait for 3 years and then only turn up again. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to do it that way, lah.
They can just use his name. They don't have to show him.
Okay. That's true. Yeah. Okay.
No, because if you think about it, the summary of the plot is the Namor comes to Wakanda because Namor comes to Wakanda. Namor felt threatened because there was some technology used, which was kind of created by Riri Williams, Ironheart. So after that, the Wakandans, got to know, so they protect. So that's why he's being attacked. But so that's the thing. So the whole teaser portrays the fact that they are both fighting, but there's a third party because there's a research funded by someone else. Kind of vibe going on there. So this whole thing, and they don't want to. In this whole movie, of course, if there is a third party, they don't want to reveal the third because they want this Namor, Black Panther vibe all to go on till the end of the movie, right? So, and I think there will be a third party, and as a fanboy, of course, I would want it to be Doctor Doom, but it's not Doctor Doom. It's Victor Von Doom, but he doesn't have to be him physically. Like just say maybe the name drop at the end. Oh, it was funded by someone else. No,
I think even if they just say, "Oh, Victor called," we would go crazy.
Exactly my point. I think that is we all will just flip that.
I would love to see him. So while this underwater thing is going on, you can see it's not a friendly thing, because there are people with guns and everything. So it screams very Von Doom kind of thing, like a threat. And then we see the military breaking into the Wakandan lab. So you see this third party is breaching into 2 sites, trying to get their intel or technologies, and maybe this is causing this fight between the Atlanteans and the Wakandans. So
maybe what they did is the humans went to Atlantis or wherever whatever these people are called, Namor's people, and they disturbed them, thinking the Wakandans disturbed them, and then since then they attack the Wakandans, and then now everybody attacks the Wakandans, so they have free access into Wakanda to steal vibranium and things like that. So that could be some sort of the plot. Definitely I agree that there is a third party that is the main villain, lah. Because we know that Namor is not a villain; he's an anti-hero. He just wants to protect his people and things like that. So same like Black Panther. His only goal is to protect his people, right? So it's
fun fact to do the Namor is, if you recall, he was part of the Illuminati in the comics. So Namor, and also because if people think why is Von Doom, if you want to connect why Von Doom with Wakanda, because it's like in the comics, as much as Doctor Doom related to the whole Fantastic Four story, he's very much related to Black Panther story. There's always a thing going on with Doctor Doom and Black Panther's story. There's always
because of the vibranium tech, right?
Yes, because vibranium. So I mean, if you want to go for it, I think this is the best thing to go for it. Like, if you don't, maybe Marvel can come with something.
No, I think they can just tease it, lah. But if you really cast somebody now and 3 years later they're not alive, it makes a problem also.
No. You know what? Later I will explain to you guys why it's most likely Victor Von Doom. Okay? Additional supporting facts.
Okay.
Later I'll tell you.
Please stay tuned till the end. Don't go away.
Yeah, stay tuned till the end. So, right after that military breaking to the Wakandan land, they show, finally, we get to see Dominic Thorne playing Riri Williams, who is also Ironheart. I mean, at least one I was really excited because, as all of you guys know, I'm an Iron Man fan. So I just want to see
I think
how.
not many people know that, but
Okay, for those who don't know, I'm a huge Iron Man fan. I love Tony Stark. I love his technologies. So to see Riri Williams carrying the mental
Quick quiz for you. How many marks are there in total?
85.
Wow.
I don't even know whether it's lying also right now.
His last mark, the one he used in Endgame, is mark 85.
Okay.
He died in that suit. Unless he's storing something extra. La. I think Pepper suit is 86. I'm not sure. So, moving on. Riri Williams, so, she also carries on the mantle of Tony Stark. So it's going to be amazing to see. And this one over here, you can see Shuri sort of recruited Riri Williams, I would say, to be in Wakanda. And also, this actually gives the theory that for the first time, we are going to see an Iron Man suit that's made out of vibranium. Okay, because Mark 85, they never really explained if it's really made out of vibranium. But this one, with Riri Williams working there, we might get to see a vibranium Iron Man suit. I don't know if you guys have seen that there's this virtual game called Marvel's Damage Control. It's about you being an Iron Man character, but this Iron Man suit is stacked up with Wakandan technology. So it's damn cool, with the Wakandan wordings all around the suit and everything. So if you guys want to take a look, you can Google it on YouTube. You'll see. So Riri Williams, and then we also get to see a younger Namor standing in front of this like I would say like a barn house or something in flames. Huh?
With the same speedo.
With the same speedo, which he grew up in. Spandex. Spandex is your best friend. So over there you can see the house being burned, but that looks like a very 1800s setting, with a horse carriage and everything. So that kind of shows that Namor is extremely old. Why?
I mean, it confirms the fact that it's kind of the first mutant per se, if you want to think about it, right?
Why? Yeah, he went up the.
This is back in many years ago. Horse carriage and everything. So with that, it's the first mutant is so long ago.
Yeah. Unless if you want to talk about what, Unsabano.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. But he is not canon in the MCU, so we don't go into that. So this part, when Ramonda, Queen Ramonda, played by Angela Bassett, this line, this sentence that she said, it really gives me goosebumps even until now. Sometimes when I'm driving and I'm listening to the radio, and they'll play this announcement, trailer announcement, and they play a sentence, it just gives me goosebumps all the way. That line she says,
Can you say it first?
I won't say it in her accent, okay, but she said it very beautifully, so I don't want to ruin it. But she says, I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything? Like, the way she said it, you can feel the pain, the Wakandan pain.
The thing is, after Chadwick Boseman's passing away, so practically all the other they practically are side characters from the previous movie. So they have this they have to step up because now they are in the front row. Because Chadwick is not there, so everyone, the mother, the sister, Mbaku, Okoye, Nakia, like even every single one of them has to step up to fill in, because like how Kevin Feige said, they are not going to recast each other. So there's no Black Panther, but the mantle only will be passed forward. But there's no that Black Panther that we had from. So everyone has to up their game, step up, and you know, carry, because the movie is carrying forward now. It's not one person like how Chadwick was carrying the movie.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to carry the movie forward now. So it's so amazing to see everyone playing their role. So the moment when she said those dialogues, I'm like, I mean, if you think about it, she in the first movie, like, she was there as a character, more like a side character. She said dialogues and stuff. But this one, like, she upped her game. Like, oh my god, everyone is going to step up, you know, for this movie.
This is one good way of how to portray an all-women group leading the movie or leading the team, you know. Not like the nonsense they showed in Avengers Endgame, where out of nowhere suddenly this one group of women came, oh, we will guide you, and then they just start running. I'm like, why? It's just so out of script. It didn't feel so natural, but this feels natural. Everyone has to step in, right?
But I think that part was like edited. Was like a reshoot, right? That part in Endgame, that particular part where all the women were together. And,
no, all was there except for Peter Parker's name wasn't there. Actually, he was the one who was shot in a different green screen. All the women were there. They really wanted.
No. I know. I mean, but I think they had a reshoot because there was a CGI debacle with Giant Man. Yeah, I think there was a reshoot. So yeah.
But it's still like so uncalled for, you know.
The reason why it looks out of place is because it was a reshoot, so they didn't really fit in properly with the whole thing, lah.
So yeah. Anyways, and the song practically says about that, because the song "No Woman No Cry" is about empowering women. So this movie is focusing on the women taking over the whole matter.
Yeah, because it's like T'Challa died and leaving his mother and sister behind. So it's like telling the family, because all women, so it's like no woman, no cry. You know, so that's what it's trying to say, lah. Right? Yeah.
And you know what? You see, Ramonda says, my entire family is gone. So it's either that something happens to Shuri in the movie, in mid-movie, or she totally forgot about Shuri. But I'm thinking that maybe Shuri will experience a death scene, because most likely, I mean, it's a very high chance that Shuri is going to take over the Black Panther mantle, right? In order to become a Black Panther, you need to consume the heart-shaped herb. When you consume the heart-shaped herb, you go into that kind of state, and then you go into the astral plane. So probably Shuri and the heart-shaped herb is destroyed. So probably she experiences some sort of death, and she meets her brother and father in the astral plane, and then she comes back as the Black Panther. So right after that, they show a mural of T'Challa, and also the wordings around him. And even that also, you know, it just strikes my heart. The wording actually says, "The Panther King forever lives in us and rests with the ancestors." So there's a lot of tribute going on to King T'Challa. So it's a really good thing, lah. Like we will get to bask in that mourning, you know. It's not something like, oh, T'Challa died, okay, let's move on. It's not that kind of thing. But I'm really anticipating how they're gonna explain his death. That will be one crazy theory to come up with. So then they also show we get a good look at the Atlanteans. This one is like a sort of like a highway next to the ocean. So we know that this duel also takes place on the mainland, you know, not only in Wakanda but in an American city as well. We see this tribal dressed blue and Atlanteans. I'm just gonna call them Atlanteans for now. Okay, with the breathing apparatus. And then we also see the fight happening in Wakanda. Because you see, when Namor comes out from the sea, right? When they show his back, it's actually a Wakandan. It looks like a Wakandan beach. And then we see M'Baku coming and jumping onto Namor, fighting. And then we see the Wakandan ships, crafts, and everything coming and shooting at Namor, the Atlanteans. And you're so badass, because all the Atlanteans are running away, and Namor is just like, You know?
You were looking up in the sky like, hit me.
Oh my god, Sean said that. You know that there's a video of one small boy, you know, the sister will carry a gun or something, then the small boy will be like, shoot me. So yeah, that's where you get a clear look at his feet, the fins at his feet also. So yeah, it looks nice. And you can see how heavy this war goes on, because the throne room is on top of Mount Pashenga, right? And that floods, you know, all water gushes in, and you see Shuri standing in the throne room with fire going all around. I think that's the part where Shuri dies, you know,
Yeah.
and then she comes back alive and carries on the mantle. So yeah, even in the comics, there's actually a part where Namor brings war to Wakanda, and he actually floods Wakanda and kills thousands of Wakandans. So I think this is where the storyline is going, you know, until the fighting stops. So yeah, this is the fury from the Atlanteans. And I think it's a long time duel. Both of them are aware of each other, but I guess they have this treaty going on, and then now it sort of broke. Why I'm saying that is because, like, you see, Harvin, when you mentioned in one of the Avengers in the screen, they showed the pinpoint of Atlantis, right? At the same time, they also showed the pinpoint of Wakanda. Those are the only two pinpoints that were on the screen. So I don't know why. Maybe those two were active during that time and were pinpointed. And even when Okoye in Avengers Endgame, she says that it's just an earthquake, we'll handle it. But the way she said, like, you know, don't come masuk campur, don't come in.
No, she says, we will handle it by not handling it.
By not handling it. So, you know, it's like, we don't want to get into a war with these people, that kind of thing, right? So they're very aware of each other.
You know, just the more you talk, the more you explain more. I'm coming to a theory, the fact that, remember when you said when Namor was a kid, he sees something's burning, right? Okay, so okay, we know their civilization goes way back, and we also know the Wakandan civilization goes way back also, right? And also they know that they both also like worship their gods in a way almost similar how they worship gods, like how the Panther god and how Atlantis, how they worship their god and everything. And if you see and then there's a plot where they have this civil war among themselves. It's been long running, and maybe there's a reason why, because maybe as a backstory goes, when Namor civilization, when they probably like needed help, when they go seek help from the Wakandans, they say no, because they don't want anything got to do with the outside world or something like that. So when they say no, and that's their civilization is coming to an end or something like that, that is when they move into the ocean. So probably that's the whole, the story is going to be more sorts like that.
Can be. So they're pissed off, like, you made me go into the sea. I think that that's a very workable theory, because they share the same god and everything, right? Yes. So so now jumping onto the part why I say I have supportive information of why Victor Von Doom may be the third party. During that whole fast-paced cutscenes, right? When the song goes, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. You see this one black woman who's bald, but she's wearing a blue suit.
Yeah.
And she was fighting the Dora Milaje at first. Okay. Then after that, the next scene you see, the Dora Milaje is alongside her. So that is Aneka. Aneka is from the Midnight Angels. So the Midnight Angels are basically like the bad batch of the Dora Milaje.
Bad batch, okay.
Yeah. You know, okay, like Star Wars Bad Batch, right? So we have the Dora Milaje, and then we have a subgroup that is like a rogue group that does all the dirty stuff, you know.
Dirty stuff, or do you think they are against of the Wakandans ideology and stuff?
No, I wouldn't say against, but they are like the suicide group kind of thing. They do the
Okay.
extreme works, like
Okay.
the spy works and everything. So
Okay.
in the comics, like you said, Doom was very involved in Wakanda, right? He actually stole the vibranium and everything. T'Challa actually dispatches these Midnight Angels to assist Deadpool to kill Victor Von Doom.
Deadpool.
Yeah, so
Wow.
in the comics, Deadpool had this thing where his mission is to kill Von Doom, and T'Challa sends the Midnight Angels to assist. So the they were very active in this fight with Von Doom. So if they want to introduce the Midnight Angels, like they have to have a counterpart. Like they wouldn't just simply introduce the Midnight Angels. Okay, well, like why are they
Maybe
here for?
they introduced to these lah.
Like to tease what? For example, like you see Valkyrie, at least they show why was the Valkyrie why was Valkyrie there? She was going against Hela,
Yeah.
right? So everyone that were introduced, they have a backstory of why they exist. So
Yeah.
what is the Midnight Angels role over there? So yeah, maybe
Imagine dialogue. She says at the end, I was sent to kill. T'Challa sent me to kill on Doom.
Or maybe there could be a post-credit scene lah.
No, but yeah, no matter what, Marvel, whenever we say no, they won't give a cameo and everything, but it happens, right? So, but yet I still highly doubt it's going to be a casted version of Von Doom. But I just feel it's just going to be a reference because, like Sean said, I agree. It's a
Like
long
what you
fan-
said, Jazz. I want to say this before I forget. About Deadpool, but T'Challa hiring Deadpool. Maybe this could be the new Black Panther. It could be a teaser for Deadpool because we know that there's a lot of movies still yet unannounced. So could be something to do with Deadpool.
well, it is Deadpool to be the MCU, so we just don't know when.
No, not could be. I think Deadpool will be in the MCU. It's just a matter of time, and because after Fantastic Four, they didn't announce anything. They only announced like Avengers 2 movies, right? After Fantastic Four. So, what about Deadpool after Fantastic Four?
Yes, very likely. Okay, so yeah, that's my theory. Most likely we'll have Deadpool and Victor Von Doom and the Fantastic Four. So right. Then during this time, they were having all these cutscenes and everything, and then the music also it merged with Kendrick Lamar's "We're Gonna Be Alright," and it was damn cool. It was really cool, and of course we see Everett Ross. He's always involved with the Wakandans. So he's there. Then Okoye fighting with the Atlanteans on that highway. Using the spear to hold herself, and and after that we get a very good look at Namor. Very tribal look with that nose plug and everything. You look really cool. Played by Teno Huerta.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You got it spot on, Jess. Spot on.
Yeah, I got it spot on. I think he really pulled off that badass Namor look really well, especially with like.
Yeah. He has that. I think it's like already gel. It's him to be Namor. Like after seeing that, it's like hard to see someone else playing Namor. Kind of thing. He has that look, He has to have the anti-hero look kind of thing. He has
what reference name in Aquaman?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa, like he's already the face of Aquaman.
Yeah, like that.
If you want to play anybody else, it's Aquaman. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like Tony Stark lah, or like Richard pula. Robert Downey, what Richard? Robert Downey Jr. If you have a different Iron Man, it's acceptable, but you may not have. You won't be the same lah. So
yeah, the same thing lah. I think they really cast.
I always think that Marvel's casting are always spot on. I don't think so they've missed a single casting.
So almost going to the ending of the scene, there's also another character who is canon in the Marvel universe. You know who is it?
Who?
The Megalodon. Because when you see what Namor going down, his throne is actually a giant Megalodon jaw. So I'm like, oh, okay, the Megalodon is canon in the MCU.
So is Jason Statham also canon from the back?
No, like dinosaurs canon to the MCU lah.
No, I think yeah, dinosaur. I think Jess is just still sad.
Oh no,
about-
wait, is Jurassic Park canon to the MCU now?
I don't want to
I
talk
mean-
about Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jess is just
So all
still
the Jurassic
bummed out
Park fans
about-
out there, Jazz will entertain you.
Anyways, so yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, Megalodon, oh, Megalodon.
No, I bet you're like, oh, Megalodon.
yeah. I was sort of like that. So then towards the ending, we see someone donning the Black Panther suit and the cross coming out, and I have a very strong feeling that it's Shuri because the figure looks smaller and skinnier. Also, I would say,
and more feminine.
more feminine,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very obvious that.
And it's, I think it's a new iteration of the suit, so
it had like a goldish.
yeah.
Yeah, so that I was coming to that actually, and once I think Jazz is also I like the theory, the fact that for you to don the Black Panther or to claim the Black Panther powers and stuff, you need to go into the astral plane, and probably meet the Panther goddess, all the previous Black Panthers, maybe T'Chaka and everything else.
Bast.
Bast and all. But then there's an interesting theory is why Shuri wears the black suit but with a gold tuning on the suit. Okay, because if you remember clearly, Killmonger donned that black suit with a gold on all over the suit in the first Black Panther movie. And interestingly, when sadly also that when she goes to the Astral Plane, she won't be communicating with T'Challa because Kevin Feige said there will be no, like, there won't be like a, when you go Astral Plane or you don't show Chadwick person, but even from the back of the camera you show like a form of him. I don't think they're even going to do that. I don't think they want to go with that route. They said when the moment when she goes into the Astral Plane, the person that she'll be communicating to is Killmonger. I don't know why. But if you think about it, Killmonger is also, he's a bad guy, but his intention was different because he felt betrayed by the Wakandans. So it was not like, you see, someone's fault, you become that, it molds you and become that person. So it's not entirely him. So I think at the end of the day, the Panther goddess and everyone accepts him. So that's why he's in the astral plane. Like, you're okay, you're still a Wakandan, you're still part of this family, you're allowed to be here and everything. So that's why he's there. And somehow or other, they both communicate instead of T'Challa. So I think it's amazing if we were to see Michael B. Jordan coming back as Killmonger. I think he's one of the greatest villains that we saw in the Black Panther movie. So, and he communicated, and what kind of wise words he would say to Shuri to don the suit, because it's even more impactful because he was a villain, but then he died becoming more like a part of the family now, like a Wakandan, right? So seeing his words and how she would take it in, how she would imply, like, it's so impactful that she donned the Black Panther suit, that kind of thing. So yeah,
I think so too, lah. Like probably that he's the one going to meet and everything. It's gonna be amazing. and you see, this is just the teaser trailer, and we just spoke so much about it. I don't know how the actual trailer is gonna be, and I don't know how the actual movie is gonna be. I think we're pretty hyped up. I really hope this will beat Shang-Chi. Because I really love Shang-Chi. I can keep watching Shang-Chi again and again. So yeah, basically that's the breakdown for the teaser trailer of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. If you guys really loved what we spoke about, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can enjoy more of our other breakdowns and theories and also street talks and everything. And also make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, thegeekstreet.my. That is where we post all of our posts and updates, anything Marvel, Star Wars. We are yet to tap into DC, but we'll be going there soon. And also we have our Discord community. I think it's in the description below. Yeah, it's in the description below. Do join us in our community. We have a growing community. We are like practically like friends over there, just talking about everything Marvel, and hopefully that we can watch this movie all together. So yeah, this is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. Till next time, see you guys. Good night and bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Uh,